So we are going to move on now. And I want to apologize. I put environmental services, it's environmental sustainability. But we will learn and be corrected by all my mistakes. And I'm going to turn this over now to Katrina, who is, I sent you her resume. There's a lot of neat stuff you've managed to do. And we're really grateful to have you here with us today to share, you and Barry, to share about this newest, newest effort in Rotary International. I'm going to stop sharing in case you want to share. And I'll turn it over to you now. Thank you so much for being here today. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Maggie. I really appreciate the invitation to be here. And my good friend Barry Cogbill is also here with us. And Barry is actually one of the people who helped initiate this committee to happen here in our district. So I'll get into the details on that. And I really appreciate your efforts that you all are doing on vaccinations as well. I think you'll be happy to hear I get my second shot of Pfizer on Sunday, be fully vaccinated. I know Barry got his, and this is all rolling, and I think it's really sweet that you all do the get a shot, give a shot type thing for polio. Very, very cool. So I'm gonna share my screen now and get right into it for us to go into the wonderful world of environmental protection. Oops, sorry, I hit the wrong button, my bad. I'm still learning how to use technology, so just so you all know, even the younger generation folks are still working on it. So, as you may know, Rotary has a new area of focus, which is environmental protection. And so don't worry about semantics on it really, Maggie. The main thing is that we are here to help support the environment, whether it be through sustainability, protecting it, taking actions of multitude different ways, which we'll get into in this presentation. It's just really great that Rotary International has taken this on as the new area of focus. So really big deal, and we are here to help support the kind of rollout of this. My good friend Barry here, he brought the word to everybody in our district to start doing this, getting involved in this. And so Rotary has all these different working groups, and they have started the ESRAG, which is the Environmental Sustainability Rotary Action Group. And that's been around for at least 7 years. And it's a really great, platform for people who are interested in the environment naturally. But also this group accepts members of people who are not only Rotarians, but you can also not be a Rotarian or from an environmental organization or somewhere else and join up with the larger Rotary Network to help move forward environmental initiatives. So I think it's pretty cool that this is going on. And like I said, Barry brought this to our district in the fall or some point after he learned about it through going through one of the international conventions. And there's been a few of us who have joined in on it and created this presentation and a little bit of infrastructure to help clubs like yours get rolling and making something happen. And so we're very excited. So our mission is to develop strategies to utilize the Rotary Network for environmental protection. One thing that ESRAG has done along with Rotary International is create this friendly competition, which is to create a short video of about 60 seconds, so a minute long, to send to what we call I Fix the Planet. And so it's ifixtheplanet.org, and this hashtag of I Fix the Planet, where you're just looking at what your club is doing, different activities individuals are doing, and sending it in to really showcase the different environmental initiatives people are taking on and ways that people can be involved in solving climate crisis that we are currently in. So get that in by the end of May, I believe, and yeah, show your part. So let's talk a little bit of why. Why now? Why is this important? Well, we have a planet that is in peril right now. Oops. And so we have, as you know, up in Northern California, a lot of forest fires that's been happening more and more the last few years. And so it's a big disruption to life. People have to move out of their homes. Some people's homes have burned down. A lot of animals' homes have burned down. And so it's created a lot of chaos at moments where we are identifying that we need to live more in harmony with the natural patterns of the earth and the climate. And so those are, that's really kind of a bigger mission of what we have here, is to bring awareness of how to get back into harmony and to find ways to support people and how to grow food and how to survive through drought seasons, to find drought resistant plants, how to set up infrastructure so we don't have floods, and you know, just looking at the result of all the plastic that people are using and how that can end up in the ocean and really affect the marine life. So there's a lot of different pieces that really are all connected, and it's not just one thing that's going to solve everything. It's everybody doing their part and recognizing their impact and taking responsibility. So we have a couple easy solutions of where people can start to, you know, step into that. And so breaking it down into like person, place, and planet. So on a personal level, that's like your home at an individual level, your family. So there's things that you can do at home, such as recycling, having your own garden where you grow your own food, and just recognizing your personal impact on the world, buying and using less plastic. So just recognizing that when you're out shopping and things like that. I personally love to shop at farmers markets because there's not much plastic there, and I love to get to know the farmers and where my food's being grown. On a place level, that's on your you know, region of where you live, and working with different people in the community or the community at large, the schools, getting youth involved, and the region. So this can be doing community gardens or some kind of like larger community initiative, like a big community recycling program, river cleanup, things like that. And then on the planetary level, the larger level, this is where you can start getting involved with communities across the planet with the global grants. I love the global grant programs Rotary provides, and really looking at how we can leverage the Rotary Network as a whole on a planetary scale so we can really make some mass impact. You know, I mean, look at all the work that's gone into eradicating polio that Rotary's done. Imagine if Rotary uses that energy as well to help protect the environment. So this is something that we all can get involved in and create programs like your Give a Shot, Get a Shot. I don't know what we would do it for as far as the environment, but that's where the fun, creative energies can play. So a couple of more direct solutions that's happening in our district in ways that we can play is with kids and getting our hands dirty. And so this is really a great opportunity for kids to learn, and people of any age really, to get their hands in the soil and learn how to grow food, how to grow good soil, compost, all the beneficial bugs and worms, all that. It's really kind of fun. So this is also a really great opportunity to partner with interactors, Rotaractors, the schools, the community groups, to support the learning and engagement with the earth. And so getting even more specific for projects that we have here in the district, in Garberville, we have started, but it's not just Garberville, you can do it here too, a mini garden or garden and food security program. And so this is working with people in the community to help set up gardens. And my nonprofit has set up a really easy garden resource guide of how to set up a garden, as well as a project template of how to get a project started. And we actually, in that project template, have showcased what Garberville is doing with their mini gardens program. So they've been working with some people who don't have garden space, some people who don't have homes. They've been working with the food bank and lots of different resources to be able to support, I think, over 20 gardens being built. And this is just a really great way to also bring in awareness around food security and eating healthy as well. So it's there's so many different pieces that this hits, but it's a really great program and something that I encourage you all to do. Our club with Santa Rosa East is doing a school garden with Brook Hill Elementary in Santa Rosa. So, you know, there's lots of ways you can involve the Rotaractors and schools in that as well. The next project building on gardening is planting for the pollinators, making sure they have food too, because our pollinators are the ones who go out and help make sure that we have food. So we want to make sure we're planting beautiful flowers that are really good for the different pollinators, such as milkweed is great for monarchs. And up in Healdsburg, Sunrise Club, they've been working on a specific kind of program to help roll that out and learning about when is the best time to plant milkweed, when are the seeds available. And so it gets into a much deeper level of understanding the plants and the natural growth cycles and ways that we can integrate and create programs and projects through a Rotary Network that correspond well with all of that. So keep your eyes out for that. And I know in the fall that there's going to be a big campaign going, as well as, like, you know, Earth Day time period right now. And by the way, happy Earth Day. Happened yesterday, but it's Earth Week, Earth Month. I mean, every day really should be Earth Day. So speaking of appreciating the earth in different ways is our third project, which is the river cleanup. And so this actually happened on March 20th, but there'll be another one in the fall, and it'll be happening twice annually. So there'll be lots of opportunities to participate, and you know, you can always go down and clean up the river on your own. The big piece behind this is picking up a lot of the plastics and different things that find its way into the river. And a lot of those plastics break down as they sit in the sun over by the banks, and they'll turn into microplastics. And then the fish and the different water life will eat that, and then it'll affect them and they may die. And then we have, you know, issues in that whole world. So this is a great way to get to know more about water systems, watersheds, and just keep a cleaner, more pristine area around our lovely rivers. And then our fourth area of projects is reforestation, planting trees, particularly in burned areas. And there is some great efforts going on in this particular field right now, especially with a lot of the clubs in Santa Rosa area. They're banding together, and it looks like probably in the fall there'll be a big tree planting. And we're also talking with Jennifer Strong, who has led some tree plantings out in Lakeport, Middletown area. And, you know, it's just a thing that people can do anywhere. And we have some great educational resources and experts in this field, and can provide some webinars if needed. And, you know, with any of these topics, there's videos and educational materials. So you are not at a loss for support and resources if there's any of these projects you choose to participate in. Couple of important dates. As I mentioned, yesterday was Earth Day, so we're still celebrating. And like I said, there's lots of opportunities this whole week people are doing. And don't fret, even though it was yesterday, there's other opportunities coming up in June. June 5th is World Environment Day. There's gonna be a lot of Rotary actions going on around that internationally. And in September 29th, that's World Cleanup Day. So there'll probably be another river cleanup around that time. So some ways that your club can engage is to form an environmental committee. And that's a really great way to have a group of people who are really passionate and interested in this to help move some of these initiatives forward, have a presence on your board. You can link up with the district in that way. It helps formalize it. I know the district is looking for people to, or looking at what the clubs are doing on this level. So it'd be great to hear what you all are doing. I know it's a new area of focus technically on the Rotary level, so things are still forming, but there's some really great resources to use and engage in for forming an environmental committee. And I know the district's starting to get more and more serious about this. And speaking of, Doug Johnson, our current district governor, has put out $100 reward, if you will, if your club does engage in some sort of Earth Day environmental project. All you need to do is send in a picture of what you all are doing, and $100 comes your way. So, hey. All right, so back to ways to engage as a club. As we've talked about, youth, getting youth involved, working with the Rotaractors and interactors, getting their hands dirty, partnering with other organizations and schools, collaborating with other clubs in the district. As I mentioned, the river cleanup has been a big one, the tree planting, the pollinating, I think is going to be a big one, planting for pollinators coming up, especially next fall. And then, of course, there's district grants that you can work on, both through your club and collaborating with others. And another great way to collaborate is global grants. And so if you don't have any global grants going on right now, our club has quite a few that are on the environmental sphere. Barry has started the international committee for our club, and both he and I have been involved in a few different projects. And in particular, we have some in Uganda where people are planting trees and also installing solar cookers, smart cook stoves for schools. And we're also teaching agriculture skills on a much larger level to help them with much more sustainable agriculture for their food and nutrition. So there's ways to get involved with us in that way too. So we have some tools to help support your journey, and the infrastructure for having the environmental program really roll out in a smart way is something that we've been putting a lot of thought and attention to. So we've created some of these resources for you. As I mentioned, there's educational webinars. In particular, there's been some great ones around the pollinators. There's a whole Facebook group that started to really help move education and ideas and different kinds of things forward. So that's a great forum. There's how-to guides and videos, especially around gardening. And like I mentioned, my nonprofit, Aranya Solutions, has created a few of those. The district is talking about creating a section on the website just for the environmental activities, and they want to hear from you. What do you want on the website? So I think that's really great to have the engagement from all clubs to be able to do that. And as I mentioned, we have a template for project development that my nonprofit created to help support people thinking through what are all the different things that you need to put in place to make an environmental project happen. A fun thing and also educational is movie nights. So every fourth Saturday of the month, there is a movie night that Philip Pascal from the Rotary Club of Petaluma Sunrise started. And so the one coming up this weekend is I Am Greta. And if you don't know about Greta Thunberg, she is a young activist, a teenager who really has been moving the needle. I mean, talk about an inspiration. She's one of my heroes. So I think I'm going to tune in on Saturday and learn about Greta's story. And she's been presenting at the UN and really helping move forward awareness around environmental impacts. And let's be honest, the youth these days are really impacted, and a lot of them actually don't have skills on knowing how to garden. Those skills have been kind of lost. There's been some gaps in time. And so again, that's why we have such a big focus on the youth in learning gardening skills. So please be part of the solution and help the youth in your area learn more about gardening. And, you know, if you need some help organizing, we are here to help you. My nonprofit is very skilled in this, and so you can hire us to help really do the heavy lifting and make things happen. You can check us out at aranyasolutions.com, and there's my email, katrina@aranyasolutions.com, and we've created the free, a few free resources, and then again, if you want some deeper work, we can definitely help you in that way as well. So to bring it back home, as a Rotarian and citizens, this is your time to take action. You know, we notice that there's a big thing ahead of us if we want to continue living in a healthy way on this planet. And so this is our time. So as Rotarian, your voice, your choice, your club depends on you. So active as if your world depends on it, because it does. So the things that you can do to help make that happen is join and collaborate on an existing project, create your own, get your environmental committee going, get your $100 from Doug, and find local partners and organizations, work with the youth, get their hands dirty, help them learn how to grow their own food. And participate in Earth Day, which, you know, again, is not just one day, it's all year. This is Earth Week, and let us know what you're doing. So I believe that's all I have for you, and thank you very much. We'll take some questions now, and I'll stop sharing my screen. So
Great. Thank you so much for that. There's a lot of good information, a lot of good how-to, a lot of good practical information for our club to take. We really appreciate it. It's 8 o'clock now, and so what I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I am going to, I'm going to officially, well, first I want to thank you both. We're going in appreciation, we're going to be making donations in your names to Tri-County Independent Living. They help enhance independence for people with disabilities in our communities. And I'm going to end the meeting, but I'd like to invite people to stay on and ask questions with you, so that if anybody wants to talk more about this or ask any questions, you're more than welcome to do so. I won't close the meeting. So please remember that Earth Day is every day. Go out and enjoy it. Just be careful, because I've seen this happen and it's not pretty. Thank you, everybody.